Time for an NDTV Profit Mega Exclusive. Vishwanath Nair joins us in the studio for more on this. Now we're getting perspective from the other side, so to speak, Vishy, on what exactly they were doing, because that's the big question, right? As we see that stock plummeting, that did they not know? Was it a lapse? Was it deliberate? And what really happened?
So here's what we understand from sources, understanding what exactly happened at the bank in the run-up to the issues that have come out. Now, what the sources are telling us is that the bank runs very large treasury operations, so it went under the radar, sort of, that's the kind of commentary that's coming in. What we also seem to understand here is that as soon as the bank discovered that there is a gap, that was in October of 2024, as soon as they discovered it, they immediately started their checks and their own findings. Now, at the time, they were not aware what the size of this hit is likely to be for the bank, so they started doing their own checks. And alongside that, they also appointed an external agency. Now, what sources are telling us is that PwC is the entity that has been appointed by IndusInd Bank to conduct the external validation of the findings that the bank has come up with. During this period, that is since October till last evening, when the bank actually announced what the issues were, the bank has conducted its own investigation, has found the amount that is going to be likely the impact on its balance sheet. The external agency is likely to submit its report in about 2 or 3 weeks, and then finally there will be some amount of hit that will come in during Q4. Widely expected that the bank will report a loss in Q4 because of the size of the impact here. We're talking about 1,500, 2,000 odd crore. What is important also to note here is that last evening's commentary involved the Reserve Bank of India's decision to give 1 year to Sumant Khatpalia. Now, according to what sources are telling me is that the RBI has not communicated any specific reason for this 1 year extension, but the message seems to be clear. Now, if you give shorter extensions for 2 consecutive periods, then it's very, very clear that there is an issue that the RBI does not like the way the bank is progressing at this point in time. The current CEO of the bank, they don't appreciate his leadership, and that's probably why they're giving the shorter extensions. And now it's up to the board to figure out what exactly they need to do.
The other interesting piece, and we'll go to the next management in just moments from now.
Yeah.
But I read one of the flashes that we're putting out, that the size of the discrepancies relative to the overall size is very small.
Yeah.
But our back of the envelope calculation seems to suggest from a Q4 perspective that it is immediate and
exactly. So the treasury book, of course, has active transactions that have been going on for years on end. So, you know, cumulatively, it will be a very large amount. And of that, about, let's say, 2,000 odd crore is going to be relatively small. But that's really not, that's a fig leaf of a defense. You can't really, hide behind that as a reason. That's why you do audits.
Yeah, no. So, Vishy, just on the part of how it's becoming about the personality and the MD and CEO, and you also mentioned that, and he said it in his thing, that I don't think the RBI likes me.
Yeah.
So that I found, that stood out for me, and I found it very strange, because at the end of the day, it's about what the bank is doing, and you're assessed on that.
Yeah, exactly. So any CEO, since time immemorial with private banks, your CEO's position, their salary, their bonuses, everything is decided on how the bank actually performs, right? And if there is an issue with the bank, and it's a sizable issue which is going to affect 1 quarter's results, then the CEO is going to be on the dock for sure.
Yeah. But okay, so that's coming in 19% down, 18.5% down on IndusInd Bank. Tough to even look at that screen right now, but thank you for that, Vishwanath Nair, with that exclusive perspective. Sources telling us that IndusInd Bank's hit on their treasury is a smaller part of their entire book.